All right, it's June the 6th, the year 2017, and I wanted to provide a Schuyler Barbeau update. There was a major event that happened today during the trial. From my wife tells me from those that were at the trial and reported on Facebook, as well as a Facebook post from his mother, is that Schuyler Barbeau changed his plea to guilty, and he'll be sentenced on September the 1st later this year. So, for the record, that does not change a thing as far as Aaron and I supporting Schuyler Barbeau. We love him in the Lord. He is a very, very brave, talented, articulate, knowledgeable man. I have no idea what caused this, but it doesn't change a thing as far as our support for Schuyler. If you click on the Schuyler page, this is Stacy Barbeau's Facebook posting. She's said about 4 hours ago, "I have no words right now in the middle of trial. My son Schuyler chose to change his plea to guilty, so the trial is over and sentencing is scheduled for September the 1st at 9 a.m. I have not been able to speak to him yet and do not know when I will be able to." With tears and broken speech, Schuyler said he realized that through the trial process he had violated the statutes on both counts and was very sorry, and that he respected the judge and was thankful for his fairness. So I don't know what's going on other than what you just read there. So I would say we need to pray for Schuyler. If anybody wants to learn about Schuyler and some of his artwork, he was a political cartoonist, been in the Marines, the Army, the National Guard. He's an incredibly talented man, knows a lot about the Constitution. And these are all the articles and YouTubes that you can use to educate yourself about Schuyler. Listen to him and what he thinks about the Second Amendment. Look at some of his political cartoons, and we've got some of his writings. He just put out a Patriots Bulletin as well. So we've got all of this consolidated on Schuyler's page. We did have a massive or a major change of events today where Schuyler pled guilty. I don't know why that occurred. I don't know exactly what's going on, but we need to find out all the facts. And I don't know if this particular saying applies to Schuyler or not. I think it applies to all of us because I don't think there's any perfect human beings on this planet. But one thing Schaefer told me is that anytime you go through a situation like this and you don't have contact with the individual and things are being reported, that you need to hear the individual's side. You need to get all the facts, and we don't have all the facts right now. We only know what we're being told and what's being said by others. And not only that, but Schaefer has said something in the past too. Schaefer said, "Those who expect or demand perfection from their heroes will have no heroes." And so I know that none of us are perfect. Schuyler is under a tremendous burden, standing up for the Second Amendment of the United States of America, all on his own practically. Did not have much support in the courtroom. I think there were 10 people that showed up. There should have been 10,000. But nonetheless, thank God for the 10 that showed up. I'm never one that is surprised when low numbers show up. It just always seems to be the case. We're always grateful when big numbers show up, if that ever does happen. But even some of the biggest events that I thought would have garnered the most attention, when Obama had a forged birth certificate, drew 150, 200 people. But in any event, we still love Schuyler. I want to read some scripture if I can in closing. Matthew 11:28 and 29 comes to mind. "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me. For I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls." I would say this man, Schuyler Barbeau, he needs our prayers. He needs to know that we love him. He needs to know that we care about him. We don't have all the facts, but at the same time, we don't admire him for what he's going to do in the future. We admire him for what he's already done. His life has been a testimony to the Lord. It's also been a testimony to fighting for freedom and liberty in this country. And so we're grateful for what he's already done. In any event, that's the update, is the latest I have it. If we get any further updates, we will certainly try to keep the page updated, but in the meantime, we do need to plan on, if you live in the area, or even if you don't live in the area and you can get there, on September the 1st, it would be great to show a massive amount of support during the sentencing phase. I'm told it's going to be at 9 a.m. on September the 1st. Also, it doesn't hurt to write the judge a letter. And so we need to find out that judge's address. I don't know if it's this address or not, but if I can speak to Schuyler, I do have core links with Schuyler. I have not heard anything today. I'll ask him if he wants us to write to the judge, and assuming he does, we'll put the judge's address out. That's all that I have. Thank you for listening. And please remember that the last line of peaceful defense between a tyrannical government and the defendant is jury nullification. So educate yourself about jury nullification at fija.org, fija.org.